so strong that he's actually holding up all the planets in the universes, unlimited universes and unlimited planets, and he's holding them like they're just like floating in the air. But it's by Krishna's power that they're in that way. He's actually keeping them afloat by his power. Number 6, he's ever youthful. So ever youthful means that he doesn't grow old. So it's not like he grows old and he has grey hair and wrinkles and he becomes very has a long beard. Like so many faiths think that God is a very old man with a long beard and long flowing hair on the clouds. But Krishna is Navayovanam. He's ever youthful. He never goes past the age of 16. He's eternally Navayovanam, eternally youthful. And number 7, he's wonderful linguist. Krishna, he can defeat anybody with any words, and also he can speak language of all the animals, even all the different species of life. Krishna can speak the language of all the different species. And number 8 is truthful. So Krishna's very truthful in a certain way that everything actually is his. So he's not actually like when he steals, he's not actually stealing, because actually everything belongs to him. So in one sense, he is not actually saying the truth because he's not stealing. Krishna talks pleasingly. So his words and his mood, everything, Krishna is very attractive in so many ways, and he's very pleasing to whoever hears him. You can't imagine how Krishna's voice must be like, how beautiful it must be, how deep it must be. You know, how Krishna's, we have so many people who can speak very beautifully, but how much more is Krishna's speech, his mood, his it's like he speaks like a roaring of thunder. How deep that must be, Number 10, he's fluent. He's fluent in all the languages. He's fluent in everything. Just like he spoke the Bhagavad Gita so fluently, it's not like he was trying to figure out what to say next. It's all fluent, pure, perfect Sanskrit. Number 11, he's highly learned. So Krishna knows everything. He doesn't need to be taught any philosophies or anything. He knows everything. Krishna says, I know the Vedas as they are. So everything we are learning is from Krishna, what he's given us. Krishna is highly intelligent. So, like you see the pastime of Lord Nrsingadev. So he's, Hiranyakashipu's got a boon that he can't be, killed day or night, by any weapon, by any inside or outside, so the Lord kept that. He's so intelligent, he kept the words of Hiranyakashipu, kept that boon intact, and still killed him. So that's how intelligent Krishna is. He's a genius. So, we think that, so many personalities in this world are geniuses. They've, great artists like Leonardo da Vinci's a genius, or, Newton, Einstein, they're geniuses. But Krishna's created the brain of such scientists and artists. So he must be greater genius than anyone. He's created all the intelligence of Lord Brahma to create the entire universe. He's giving us the intelligence. So he must have the greatest intelligence if he's giving people of this world intelligence. And see how his creation is so genius, because he's got the whole everything in little seed forms, and then it sprouts into trees and plants, and everything is just created so ingeniously, and it continues to create itself. It's not like the modern scientists, they create a computer, but can a computer replicate itself and reproduce itself into more computers? It doesn't do that, does it? So Krishna's got everything so perfectly arranged in this material world, even that everything is, reproducing itself, and everything has a certain purpose. So amazing. Krishna is artistic. So we can see that everything is so beautifully made and created, in the trees, the flowers, the hills, the sunset, the sunrise, the stars. Everything we see is artistically made. Like an artist has to actually copy what Krishna has created in reality. People think, oh, this is a beautiful landscape, or this is a beautiful flower, but Krishna's actually created it, and we're just kind of copying it from the creation. And even that's difficult for us to actually replicate the flowers and the landscape on paint, by painting it. It's difficult. But Krishna's created it so perfectly. So wherever we look, there's artistic ability everywhere. So we can see Krishna's hand in everything. And number 15 is he's extremely clever. So Krishna can defeat any arguments. He's very clever. He knows how to joke very cleverly. In so many ways, he can do things that, in a very clever way, Krishna can solve problems. And, we see that through the pastimes of Krishna, that he's very, very clever. What's the next one? He's Krishna's expert. So Krishna's expert in every field. When he was being taught by Sandipani Muni, Krishna, what took so many people to learn for so long, so much time to learn, he learned it in a few hours, all the different arts. Krishna is grateful. So he never forgets something. If we do something for Krishna, he never forgets that. He's very grateful. He's not an ungrateful person. So even if we do a little good, Krishna never forgets it. So he'll continue to help us so that we come closer to him. Krishna is firmly determined. So he never loses his determination to do anything. We can see in all the different pastimes that Krishna, he's firmly determined to kill the demons and to protect his devotees. He doesn't, there's nothing that stops that. Number 19, he's an expert judge of time and circumstances. So Krishna knows exactly the best time for the best thing, to do the best thing. And we can see that in our own life. Krishna arranges everything so perfectly for us, and he's perfectly judge of time and circumstance. Number 20, Krishna sees and speaks on the authority of Vedas or scriptures. So Krishna doesn't just say, I said. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, different personality, according to the previous authorities, this is this. So Krishna goes according to the scriptures and the Vedas and the authorities. He doesn't just say that I said. 21, he's pure. So Krishna is so pure that just by chanting his names, we become pure. Just even his name is so pure that we can become purified simply by chanting his names. So there's nothing that can contaminate Krishna. 22 is self-controlled. So can anyone say how he's self-controlled? Sorry? Self-controlled in the sense that Krishna is in control of his senses completely. And although he's surrounded by millions of gopis, he's detached and he can just go. He's completely renounced. He doesn't need to try to satisfy his senses, you see, like he's totally self-controlled. He does all these activities to please his devotees. Number 23, steadfast. Steadfast, what does that mean? Steadfast. He can't be influenced by change. Forbearing, does that mean tolerant? Krishna is so tolerant. He's been tolerating us neglecting him for millions of lifetimes, and still he's trying to help us come closer to him. Krishna is very forgiving. Krishna's he forgives all our inadequacies, our our offenses, so many things that we are neglect of him. Krishna is very grave. It means very sober. Krishna is self-satisfied. So he's Atmarama. He's completely self-satisfied. He doesn't need anybody outside to satisfy him because he's self-satisfied. But he likes to enjoy pastimes. So he expands himself into so many jivas, so many incarnations for pastime. But it's not like he's completely self-satisfied. Number 20 is possessing equilibrium. Equilibrium is balance. He's possessing equilibrium. So he's equal to all. He's not partial to anyone. He's equal to all. Magnanimous. Magnanimous means he's very, very giving, very great. What's the word? Generous. And he comes in the most magnanimous incarnation as Lord Chaitanya, which is giving more in his form as Krishna. Number 30 is religious. So Krishna follows the religious principles set by the Shastras. Although it seems like he's breaking some religious principles sometimes, but he's actually not. Shishikodantai Mai Prashishiki Jai. Krishna is the upholder of Dharma, so he has to be religious because he's actually the one who incarnates to uphold Dharma. He incarnates to re-establish Dharma, so he must be religious, otherwise he wouldn't do that. He's heroic, so Krishna shows his chivalry so many times by killing demons, by rescuing his devotees in so many pastimes. He's compassionate. So Krishna is very merciful. Although Putana tried to kill him with her poisonous breast, still Krishna gave her the position of a nurse in the spiritual world. So Krishna is very compassionate, and he's very kind, even to those who are trying to, hurt him. Respectful. Krishna always shows he's very. He's got lots of beautiful manners, that he's always respectful to the elders. He shows proper respect. For example, he would offer his obeisances to Yudhisthira Maharaj and to Narada Muni, to all the sages. He would wash their feet when in the yajna, the Rajasuya yajna. Krishna, everyone had different services, but Krishna took the service of washing the feet of the sages as they came in. So this is Krishna's, how much respect Krishna shows to all the brahmanas. Number 34, he's gentle. Krishna is very gentle with his devotees. We can see here, Lord Nrsimhadev was so powerful, but still with his devotee Prahlad, he's very gentle, very, very kind. Krishna is liberal. Liberal. How does Krishna liberal? So he accepts everyone. Yeah. So he accommodates everyone. Krishna is shy. How is Krishna shy? Krishna is the protector of surrendered souls. So that's one of the major ones that we can have so many examples of. Can anyone give me some examples of how Krishna is a protector of surrendered souls? Yes, that's the obvious one. Yeah, so Krishna protects the surrendered souls. Those, like we see so many examples in the Bhagavatam. Those who surrendered to Krishna, Gajendra. There's, as we see, the Pandavas. Yeah, Govardhan Leela, he's protecting all the Brajbasis who surrendered to him. So many examples. Krishna's happy. So Krishna's not a sad God. He's a very happy God. He's always happy and blissful because he's Ananda. He's full of bliss. So he must be happy. How can you be not happy if you're full of bliss? And number 39, the well-wisher of devotees. He always wishes the best for devotees. Even if they go astray, Krishna is always trying to bring them back to devotional service. We've seen the examples of Bharat Maharaj, how he fell away and became a deer, but still Krishna was helping him to become pure. And we see Ajamil, although he fell astray, still Krishna helped him at the end, sending the Vishnu Dutas. So he's always a well-wisher of his devotees. And number 40 is controlled by love. So we can't control Krishna in any other way except through love. Like that's the example of Mother Yashoda. Krishna can't be captured by the demigods, by anybody, but he let himself be captured by Mother Yashoda and bound by her, because he's controlled by that love. Number 41 is all auspicious. So of course Krishna is all auspicious because wherever he goes, wherever he is, becomes auspicious. Everything becomes. When Krishna appeared in the material world, all the planets became auspicious constellations. All the rivers and mountains and forests and trees all became auspicious in an auspicious way. Everything, the whole atmosphere became auspicious. So Krishna is very auspicious. He's most powerful, number 42. He's most powerful. So, same as strong. He's so powerful that Krishna says, by a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. There's just a fragment of his power. It's not a big thing for him. He's not struggling to maintain things, not struggling to maintain the creation. So very, very simple and easy for him. Number 43 is all famous. So everyone's heard of God, even the atheists have heard of God. So that's why they do, go against him. So there's nobody who doesn't know about God. Everyone knows. Either he is or he exists or he doesn't exist, but they all know that there's somebody called God. And even throughout the whole, all the different planetary systems, Krishna is famous. That's one of his opulences. He has all fame. Whenever Krishna appears, all the different demigods, incarnations are coming within him, and all the demigods appear. So he's so famous that wherever he goes, everyone wants to be there when he wants to perform his pastimes. He's popular, number 44. So Krishna is very popular with everybody. He's so attractive. Number 45 is partial to devotees. So although Krishna says he's not partial, he's partial to his devotees because it's just like Prabhupada says, just like a very charitable man, maybe very charitably disposed, and he helps everyone, but he has special attention for his own children. So in the same way, Krishna has special attention for his own devotees, although he gives everybody the same, opportunity to serve him or to remember him. Number 46, he's very attractive to all women. So Krishna is so attractive that all women were attracted to him. And So Krishna there was millions of gopis, millions of queens, thousands of queens. So many different personalities came in the form of gopis from previous lifetimes, the personified Vedas, the Rishichari gopis, Rishichari munis, and Lord Ram's pastimes. They all appeared as gopis to be with Krishna. 47 is all worshipable. So Krishna is worshipped by everybody, all living entities. He's worshipable by Lord Brahma, by all living entities in the universe. He's all worshipable. 48, all opulent. So all opulence comes from Krishna. So he must be the source of all opulence. And it's described that in Golaka Vrindavan, there's, we see pebbles and stones on the ground, but actually it's covered with diamonds and sapphires, all special, gemstones, sapphires, rubies, diamonds, emeralds, that, and it's like, it's just part of the whole abode of Krishna. Krishna Loka is completely covered like this, with all the palaces have got gemstones, and so it's like so much opulence. So Krishna is the source of all opulence, 49 is all honorable. So everyone honors Krishna in different ways. And throughout the Bhagavatam, we see how the demigods honor Krishna, and even the Mahavishnu honors Krishna. He wanted to steal this Brahman's child so that Krishna could come and see him. So number 50, and also the Rajasuya Yagya, they were trying to figure out who is the most worshipable person in the assembly. And they all accepted that Krishna is the most worshipable. All the demigods were there, and so many personalities, great personalities were there, and they all accepted that Krishna is the most honorable person, worshipable. 50, the Supreme Controller. So we have so many controllers in the material world, but they're all they're all tiny controllers like Hiranyakashipu's. And but Krishna is the Supreme Controller because nobody can surpass him, and nobody can surpass him in his control of the universe or in anything, in any field. And then it says, besides all of the above mentioned 50 qualities, Lord Krishna possesses 5 more, which are sometimes partially manifested in Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. These transcendental qualities are as follows. 51, changeless. So Krishna is ever youthful, ever existing. He's changeless. He doesn't change with time. 52 is all cognizant, which means he knows everything. He knows every nook and corner of the creation. He knows every atom. He's in everyone's heart, so he knows everything. We can't hide anything from Krishna. He's all cognizant. 53, he's ever fresh. So ever fresh, youthful. He doesn't grow old. Eternally the same age. 54, Satchidananda, possessing an eternal blissful body. So that's the famous verse. Lord Brahma says, Ishwar Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarna Karanam. So possesses an eternal blissful body full of eternity, knowledge and bliss. 55, he's possessing all mystic perfections. So he's called Yogeshwara, which means he's the Lord of all yogis. He's the Lord of all yogic powers. So all mystic perfections are in Krishna. He can do anything. The yogis think they can do a few magical things, and they think they're really powerful. They can become a little small, and they can become big, or they can go from one place to another in a mystical way. But Krishna can do anything, and he can appear anywhere at any time, whenever he wants. There's nothing that he can't do. Krishna also possesses 5 other qualities which are manifest in the body of Narayan, Vishnu, and they are listed as follows. 56, he has inconceivable potency. So these qualities seem to be repeating themselves because inconceivable potency, that we can't conceive of Krishna's potency, how he creates, how he creates this material world, how he has such a wonderful form, qualities, pastimes, how he can do anything, absolutely anything. 57, uncountable universes generate from his body. So we can see, Lord Mahavishnu, he's a partial expansion of Krishna, is a partial incarnation of Krishna. So he's generating all these universes from his body, and that is just a partial expansion of Krishna. 58, he's the original source of all incarnations. So all incarnations are actually emanating from Krishna. So there's so many different types of incarnations. There's the Leela avatars, Guna avatars, Manvantara avatars, Shaktiavesha avatars, Purusha avatars, and they're all expanding from him. That he's the original source, like an original candle. It lights up all the other candles, but he's the original source of everything. And he is the giver of salvation. Number 59, he's the giver of salvation to the enemies whom he kills. So we see here, Lord Nrsingadev kills Hiranyakashipu. He gives him liberation. So many souls, so many enemies that Krishna kills, they get liberation. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishapal, Dantavakra. So many hundreds of demons that Krishna kills, they get immediate liberation. Number 60, he's the attractor of liberated souls. So even the liberated souls like Shukadev Goswami, the 4 Kumaras, they become attracted to Krishna. He's so attractive. Besides these 60 transcendental qualities, Krishna has 4 more, which are not manifested even in the Vishnu Narayan form of Godhead. What to speak of the demigods or living entities? They are as follows. So 61, he's the performer of wonderful varieties of pastimes, especially his childhood pastimes. So these pastimes that Krishna performs are so attractive, and they melt everyone's heart, So especially the childhood pastimes Krishna performs, they're very beautiful and loving. Number 62, he's surrounded by devotees endowed with wonderful love of Godhead. So he's surrounded by the Brijbasis, the pure devotees who have so much love for him, and who he performs so much beautiful pastimes with, and such beautiful interactions with, so much love between the Lord and his devotees. Number 63, he can attract all living entities all over the universes by playing on his flute. So the Venugita in the Bhagavatam describes how Krishna is attracting all living entities to his flute. The birds, the peacocks, the river, Yamuna, the deer, so many living entities become attracted. And also, even the demigods, they're hearing Krishna's flute, they're becoming attracted. Lord Shiva is becoming attracted. Even the Vishnu incarnations are becoming attracted by Krishna's flute playing. It's transcendental. And number 64, he has wonderful excellence of beauty which cannot be rivaled anywhere in the creation. So there's nobody who has more beauty than Krishna. He's complete in every way. And all the other incarnations, they've got beauty, but it's not as perfect as Krishna's beauty. So that's the 64 transcendental qualities of Krishna. So it says here that absolute truth is Anandamaya, designed to increase his joy. Hence, from his original form, he expands and becomes many. These emanations from the Supreme Person are of 2 categories: full expansions, and partially manifested expansions. So we see how Krishna is so full of variegatedness. So how can he be impersonal? It's crazy to think that God has no form, no qualities, no pastimes. And not only that, but Krishna has, he also has primary rasas, secondary rasas with his devotees, that they can actually have these pastimes with. So it said that Prabhupada says the 5 primary rasas constantly remain within the heart of the pure devotee, and the 7 secondary rasas sometimes appear and disappear to enrich the flavors and tastes of the primary ones. After enriching the primary rasas, they disappear. So the primary rasas, can anyone tell me what the primary rasas are? Yeah, so the 5 are Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So that's like neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parenthood, and conjugal love. And the secondary rasas, can I remember them? Ghastliness is, I'm not sure what that is, but let me just check. Yeah, so ghastliness is horror, Bhayanka, horror, right? So there's also chivalry and wonder, astonishment, chivalry. So it's chivalry, sadness or compassion, astonishment or wonder, laughter, fearful or scary, and disgust and anger. So these are the secondary rasas. So Krishna has these rasas with the different types of devotees, you know. So, which like, as you said, like is supposed to help the devotee in their loving sentiments for Krishna. So the fear may come if Mother Yashoda sees that Krishna's in danger. The fear aspect comes out. So it's all connected to the primary rasas to help increase the love of the devotee. And I was going to say here that the Prahlad, the Lord gave up his anger. It says here, the Lord gave up his anger after hearing the transcendental prayers of Lord Prahlad Maharaj. So the Lord has anger. He's not impersonal. He's not like he doesn't display anger, but he displays it when his devotees are hurt, when someone tries to hurt his devotees. And so Hiranyakashipu got the mercy in the form of being killed by the Lord personally. So that anger was exhibited like that to protect Prahlad. So we can see from here that Krishna is not without qualities. He is full of qualities. He's saguna, not nirguna. Nirguna means he has no material qualities, but he has all transcendental qualities. And we are so fortunate that we can actually, read about these qualities and pastimes of Krishna. So many do not know that God actually has a beautiful form. They think he has no form, that he has no qualities, no names. So they're very, very unfortunate that they do not know there's so much, that God has so many beautiful forms and qualities and pastimes and names. So we're so fortunate we can actually read about them and hear about them. Is there any questions or comments? Well, it depends what you're attracted to, isn't it? Everyone's individual. So you may, one person may be attracted to Krishna's beautiful form of Shyamasundar, somebody else may be attracted to his magnanimous nature or his compassion, his kindness, Everyone's attracted to, he's all attractive, so you can be attracted to him in so many different ways. It's unlimited, isn't it? Mhm. So we need the compassion, so we need to connect with that, so we get the compassion, the mercy in the form of Lord Chaitanya, Srimati Radharani. They're giving so much mercy and compassion. But Krishna is all attractive, so we can become attracted to him in so many ways. His opulence, his qualities, his pastimes, his kindness, his generosity, his opulence. So, but because we need compassion, because we need the Lord's mercy, then that's definitely one that we have to connect with. Is that okay? Thank you. Is there anything else to add? Okay. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shishikodantai Mai Prashishi ki Shaprabhat ki jai. Shishikodantai Mai Prashishi ki jai. Go Premananda.